Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Potts and I am the police chief here in the city of Bloomington. And we know there are some questions and maybe even some misinformation out in the community about the COVID-19 stay-at-home order and how the Bloomington Police Department is enforcing that order. And so we have taken the opportunity to answer a few of these questions here today. We've had people call in and ask questions, and we're going to go ahead and try and answer those questions for you here today.
Hello, my name is Guille Garza, and I'm a Bloomington resident since 2004. I know that Governor Walz announced a stay-at-home order until April 10, and that may be extended. How is Bloomington Police Department enforcing this order? Would I get in trouble for going on walks to the park or riding my bike? What about railing in my backyard? Thank you.
Well, we're really lucky here in Bloomington that most of the people in Bloomington are following the advice of the governor and are staying home. There are also lots of exceptions, so we don't want people to feel like you have to be trapped inside your home. Certainly the advice is to stay at home, but we recognize there are several exceptions in going to the grocery store or many cases going to work. People are following following that advice, and but if they're not, the Bloomington Police Department stands ready to educate folks on the order. That's our first, response or reaction when we see people out that might be violating the order, and that is we try to educate them on what the stay-at-home order means and why we're doing it. And if we don't get compliance through education, we can move to more of an enforcement-oriented response, but that's not our goal. And we are very lucky that most of the people here in Bloomington are following the guidance from the governor, staying at home, and being very responsible during this period of time, and we're very thankful for that.
Hi, my name is Karina and I work at Oxborough Library. My question is, what if my employer is considered an essential service and I still have to go to work? Do I need to carry any documentation or a letter of permission from my employer?
You do not have to carry documentation. We know there are several essential employers here in Bloomington. There's also a lot of people that are out and about going to the grocery store. They're going to the pharmacy to get prescriptions, and that's just fine. You don't have to have documentation to be out. In fact, our officers, for the most part, assume that people are going somewhere that they need to go. They're following the advice of the governor. They're staying home, but there are plenty of exceptions, so you don't need documentation. The officers will assume, unless it's a large group of people, which then the officers might approach and again educate our residents or visitors that large groups in very close proximity to each other is just not safe right now, and so the officers will educate those folks on how to appropriately social distance.
Hi, my name is Ali Muhammad. I live in the city of Bloomington. I have a question for the police chief. My question is, the month of Ramadan is approaching, and as a practicing Muslim, I usually go out and attend spiritual social gatherings. But due to the coronavirus, things have changed. I would like to know if there is any plan for a Muslim like me during this strange and unprecedented time.
We know that that Easter is coming up, Ramadan is right around the corner, so many of our religious organizations and institutions have very important holidays coming up. The stay-at-home order does prohibit in-person large gatherings, and so I'm not aware of any of those locations here in Bloomington that are doing in-person worshiping, but there are, check with your church or your religious institution, your mosque, check with them to find out how they're accommodating this. Many of them are doing it on Facebook or over the radio, but there are none that I'm aware of that are doing those services in person anymore. Thanks for reaching out to us. We know that this is some stressful times right now. We just want you to know we're here for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the Bloomington Police Department. We'll answer any question you have, and we just hope you're being safe and stay healthy, and we'll all get through this together.